estate can literally punch you in the face sometimes. It can be difficult to get through, and it's really hard sometimes to actually keep that right mindset and keep pushing forward and be able to perform at the top of your game and be able to get through those trials and tribulations. And so many people quit and don't keep moving forward in real estate because of these setbacks, because these things can hurt and they can linger, especially in real estate, and they take time to fix. And so it's hard to keep that mindset and pushing forward. And so I'm going to share with you guys some of the key things that I've learned after taking multiple punches in the face. I'm a full-time real estate investor. My name is Mathew Owens. I'm a California licensed CPA, and I flipped over 1,000 houses now. And so you can understand that I've dealt with my fair share of problems on flipping and holding and doing all kinds of multifamilies and lending money and things like that. And it's real difficult to always keep that cool mindset and focused on being able to make money and deal with the things that you have to deal with to keep running your business. And so I'm going to share with you some of these things right now. I made a quick list for you guys, and the very first one is realizing that you are going to take those hits. You are going to, it's always going to happen. You have to be ready mentally before it even happens to know that you will take your hits in the future. You're paying for your education. It's part of the business. So knowing that that stuff will happen, nothing is going to be perfect. Of course, you want things a certain way and certain things to happen. A lot of times they don't. And so, but knowing up front that those things are going to be will happen to you gets you ready for them. And it really, what really matters is what defines you is what you do during those times of pressure. Do you focus on getting your stuff done and moving forward and finding solutions to those problems? Or do you, cower down and quit and just give up because you are, weak-minded, and realize it's all in your mind. You have absolutely the full control to be able to handle these things. It's a matter of being able to get yourself in that that state of mind to be able to handle it. So I had a multiple instances that where I was going to lose money, and I focused on making money back and how to solve those problems. And you make way more money than the losses just by focusing on those income streams and things like that across the board. Super important. Okay, so staying positive is my second thing. And realizing that all of this stuff is temporary. It literally will pass, just like any up times are temporary, any down times are temporary as well. Really, really important to keep that in your mind and say, hey, this is a transition period, and you are going through some pain right now, which actually makes you 10 times stronger. I literally quit my CPA from job in 2006 to go into real estate full time, and thought I was a real estate genius, got punched in the face by the market crash, lost everything. And honestly, I look back on it now as probably the best thing that ever happened to me in my life, because my ego was destroyed. I was able to actually go through and pick myself up and keep pushing forward and trying to make it happen. And I didn't quit. And that is what defined the difference between getting punched and losing everything and being able to come back to flip over 1,000 houses now and have over 35 million lent out in real estate. And we've raised over $150 million for real estate transactions. It's that pressure and that pain that you go through. It's your learning curve. It's how are you going to push through and realize that piece is temporary, and you're going to go through multiple ups and downs. As they joke about, as entrepreneurs go, you got ups and downs consistently that you just can't control, and they think that it's just climbing this ladder, but that thing just hurts sometimes on the way down. But realizing that temporary nature of this and focusing on the positive instead, you remember you control how you perceive this stuff as it comes in. And that matters a lot when you're trying to find solutions for these, because if you're focused on the negative, you will definitely not be focused on finding solutions and making more money in a multiple different ways and learning from those mistakes that you had. So some of the other things that I think are really important, meditation, and it's a huge stress relief. It gives you that clarity. It actually goes through and gives you that that calmness that you can actually go and count on consistently when your mind's going 100 miles an hour. It gives you, you step back out of that, you breathe, focus on your on clearing your mind and breathing and things like that, and you actually are able to increase your energy levels as well as decrease your stress massively through that. One other thing that really helps, honestly, I've lost over 30 pounds in the last like 8 months or so. And I can tell you right now that you cannot be at the top of your game mentally unless you are at the top of your game physically and being able to feel good, have that high energy level. If you are not focused on your health, in order to run your business, you absolutely should be. You're going to be a better business owner, a better leader. You're going to have more energy. You're going to get more things done. Your mind's going to be clearer. It actually gives you that energy to be able to push through the day and get that extra hour in or that extra focus done on particular tasks. So that is extremely important. I would recommend anybody who is not focused on their health immediately start to do that extra hour that you think you can't take away from your work day for 3 days a week or 4 days a week of doing some physical activity is really harming you, because you're really going to be able to do 10 times more than that hour after that. So if you look at that as paying your dues to be able to get that optimal level of performance, it's hugely key. Okay, so I also think it's important to write down your affirmations. So every morning and every night, you can read those affirmations saying, this is the way you will be. This is the way you are going to live the day. It changes your focus first thing in the morning onto something positive to say, this is how I'm going to react today, instead of being reactive to the day as it comes, and the problems and the things that mess up your day, right? Everybody has their plan until they get punched in the face, like Mike Tyson says. So, but one other thing is, don't beat yourself up. A lot of people get mad at themselves because they weren't able to achieve yesterday or the last year or the last 10 years what they've wanted to achieve. Everybody has their goals and what they want to have done in their life, and it's difficult, of course, to push forward when you've not succeeded so far, and you should have succeeded so far in your mind. Especially, you succeed at your own pace, so cutting that weight really does propel you forward and saying, you know what, I'm pissed at myself that I didn't do this, or I didn't do this, and I didn't work out that day, or I wasn't financially prudent in that moment, or I didn't do this investment right, or I made this mistake. You got to let that stuff go, learn from it, and but use it as fuel to say, no, I'm never going to let that happen again, and I'm going to push forward and actually be able to achieve that now in this period of time, and clearly define those things so that you can do that. But letting go is absolutely key to being able to move forward and actually have that success. It builds on that confidence, which is absolutely key to your success long term. So also focusing on the risks that you can control. So there's a lot of risks that you just absolutely can't control, and there's a very low probability that may occur. So sometimes just getting rid of that stress in your life of what you can't control and focusing on the risks and how you can move forward is much more beneficial than worrying about the things that you can't control. And we can always worry about those things. We can always get upset and try to move forward with different things and have problems that occur, and stresses that we need to deal with. But at the end of the day, we need to be able to go through and push forward, not backwards. And so getting rid of those things you can't control is key. So also proper time management, very, very key. Being able to go through and manage your time and schedule out your tasks are very, very key, so that you can calendar out different tasks and things like that. Absolutely important. Do some weekly brainstormings, get stuff out of your head and on paper, so that you can go through and and focus on your problems, focus on being able to outline your different goals, your key performance indicators that you're going to track, the solutions to the problems that you're seeing, and immediate action items that you can take is absolutely key. And then being proactive with your time instead of reactive, saying, I'm going to focus on this item right now and nothing else, no matter what the distractions are, and realizing that most of your problems come from a false evidence appearing real, fear, right? So a lot of these things are, fake in reality, where they're not actually going to come to fruition. So if this helped you guys, I hope you guys, enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you guys thought this was valuable. And I'll be coming out with content consistently to help you guys with that mindset, with that real estate experience, and tips and tricks to be able to make more money in real estate. Talk to you guys soon.